Good morning. Oh, there it goes. Now it's like, okay, now you can control your stream. Thank you. Hold on a second, guys. Manage your channel directly from your phone. Okay. That's what I'm doing. I thought. Hang on 1 second. It's saying that I can manage the stream from my phone. Okay. But if I click it open, will this stay open is the question. I'm scared to click it because it might turn me off. Hey, Kickins. Hang on 1 second. We'll see. We'll see. Morning here, Snake. No drama. You have left me alone. And the moment, you guys, the moment I turn on a fucking camera, this is what she does. You have to be on camera. Everyone check her out. It's Drama Star, Baby Titten, making her appearance Friday. Baby Titten. I swear, all morning, silence. The moment I start to, I think it's because she hears me talking out loud, so she thinks I may be talking to her. Yeah. Little baby head. From smoky Quebec. Yeah, it's not so smoky here. It was the last couple of days, but I think with all the rain and storms that came through, it kind of just blew it out. That's my theory. Hey, Calamity. Social Love of Blue Dreams. Redhead. You guys are up early. Susie. All right, I've had enough of you. Go play with Prom or go play with Royal. She don't like to be kissed. She don't like to be picked up either. She hates that. So I rarely ever pick her up. And when I do, she just like clams up. Hey, Dove. Hey, Valerie. Good morning. Got a Twitter update on something. Stars. I was waiting on Hussy to go live, but Hussy's not live. So I was like, you know what? Fucking, I'm going to go live then. Oh, that I did? I only went live for a little bit. Live for a little bit. Hang on a second. Got cat hair. Makeup all over my face. Good morning. I did. I've already went to Starbucks and got my little tea. Went to the gas station. Took Royal with me. He got his pup cup. We went. Well, I took the long way around the neighborhood because I wanted to see like the storm damage. We had terrible storms last night, and then we have you're hibernating, and we're gonna have more storms today and tonight. Hey, 073, you didn't text me back yesterday. Hey, Kim. You did not text me back yesterday. Anyways, we had like really bad storms, right? There's a tree, like literally, it must have been hit by lightning because it's in half. Like half of it fell down, the other half still standing. Lots of debris in the road and all that. You don't love me. Don't even pretend. You don't care. From a star. She's all up in my cup. I don't know if you guys like Starbucks, but right at least on my app today, it said you get 20 extra bonus stars when you order 3 of the refreshers. And I know that it's going to be a doozy this way. It's supposed to be 90 something here today. It's going to be hot, but we also could get rain, which means tornadoes. Ran to dance 3 times. The heck? You don't love me. You don't care. It's all right. I called Cam. So we're going to have storms this afternoon. It's supposed to storm tomorrow. Evening storm threat. It's heating up today, and it's saying it right now on the thing. Hang on. Let me just hear this.
Thunderstorms out towards the island. So it's that energy out towards the west and a lot of daytime heating that would allow for these storms to kind of hold together. And so they could drift back into Illinois, eventually to Indiana, looks like later on tonight. So just a heads up on that. We got plans for downtown or really in general statewide. You want to check in on the radar certainly for tonight into the overnight and maybe another round that looks like heading into tomorrow afternoon, which is likely. I mean, I think we're going to have these daily storms.
Rain. 67 or okay. Well, it's actually good that we're getting rain because they were saying last week that if we didn't get any rain, they were have to not do fireworks. They did that one year, like it was like 10 years ago or something. I remember that. There was a ban on it because it was too dry. Now we got all this rain and it'll be fine. I need to get Royal on like an anxiety medicine. And I need to get him flea medicine too. But I think first of all, anytime I leave the house, he barks his ass off the entire until he gets tired. Fireworks are illegal here. Last night, well, you remember what happened last night? Were you guys watching on TikTok? We were sitting there doing our thing. Everything was fine and dandy. And then all of a sudden, it sounded like a fucking gunshot went off in front of my house, right? Scared the hell out of me. Scared Royal. I immediately jump up and go out front. What had happened is the kids across the street were setting off fireworks and one landed in my front, like right in my front yard, exploded. So I was like, don't be doing that, dude. I got a big dog. And they were like, yeah, okay, whatever, you know. I come back inside and I was talking and I hear, it wasn't my neighbor. It was his little smart ass friend say, I hear her talking shit. I fucking get my fat ass up again and go right back out there. Yeah, you do hear me talking shit. You're shooting fireworks at my house. Fuck off. So, anyways, this morning the younger kid came over and apologized. So you know the one he was like, I'm sorry about last night. My friends didn't mean to. Really, they didn't. And oh, I was like, it's all good. I was like, it just scared me is what happened. And I was live and I was talking. He was like, I figured you were. He was like, I just want to say I'm sorry about all that. But then someone from online called and said that I shot off a gun. So then Brownsburg Police Department was here and was like, hey, did you shooting off a gun? I was like, no, I'm on my best behavior. And he laughed. He goes, it's been a while since we've been here. And then I said, no, it was just fireworks. I thought it was a gunshot too at first. And they're like, all right. So anyways, because of that, and obviously TikTok thought it was a fucking gunshot too, because I got suspended on TikTok going live because of, it said like gun violence or something like that. I appealed it. And I said it was a damn firecracker. All that for that. It was like, Jesus, it's always something. Ooh, that salmon looks good. I haven't had salmon in a while. I could make salmon patties, but I don't want to. Mm-hmm. There was couldn't really like came over and was like, you shooting off guns? No. He laughed. Like if they knew it was stupid, what you know? I had a can of cat food in my hand and I was like prancing through my house and I look over at the door and I see there comes the cops. I was like, oh, go right to the door. I'm sitting there like holding the can food. I went outside, talked to him. Hey, Kaylee. Legendary. I know, but the internet will call me like false accusations and shit. They're used to it out here. They're used to me too. Oh, wait a second. Someone loves me. It's me, Blue Dream. LOL, continue to be strong and stand strong. Hashtag Blue Dream. Thank you, Blue. That's bill money, honey. What is today's date? Oh my God. Rent's due. Everything's about to be due this week. All right, 24-hour live streams and crosses. Very, very safe. Oh my God, you guys. I am going to be rolling out something big later this afternoon. I got to do one more thing. I got to set the pricings and do the discounts for the Patreons, but I'm rolling out my merch today. And I think you guys are going to like it. I think some of you are going to be surprised. It's not your typical merch. It's the 30th. Tomorrow's the 1st. The 4th is Tuesday. The 5th is Doomsday. She lives in California. I don't know, Susie. I should because I need to come up with fucking money. But also, this is like my last weekend of being able to fucking do what I want. There's going to be lots of weekends to come where I'm not doing a fucking thing and just sitting here. Oh my God, how depressing. We have a cookout tomorrow, party July 3rd. This is going to be like the worst 4th of July ever. Once again, everybody's going to the fucking lake. I want to go. Here's the thing. They're all leaving. They're all going tomorrow. I can go. I don't want to stay down there that long because they're not coming back till Wednesday. But my other friend is going on Monday, and I'm thinking about going down to the lake. I don't know. This is my biggest fear is I'm going to get down there. I know everyone's going to be partying, drinking, smoking, coke, and joking. It's going to be a fucking hell of a time. Great food, great all that. But we're going to be on boats, and everyone's going to want to get in the water. And I don't want to sit there sweating my ass off, the sun beating down me. I can't even get in the water. What would you guys do? What I could do is get a big raft. I just got a huge raft for this summer. It wasn't very much. It was like $20. And guess whose house it's at? And I'm not going to go to retrieve this $20 fucking raft, but it was perfect. I was thinking if I could just like put the raft right at the end of the boat, and like scoot onto it. They have like the mats and everything and stuff, but still water. I just don't want to fuck up my port, dude. I'm this close. So close to getting it out. But really, if I put a bag over it and I taped it and all that, how could it happen? Saran wrap. I don't think, hey, you know what? It might even make me look skinnier if I do that. Suck it all up. That is a hell of an idea. Well, he said I could go swimming, but he didn't say specific. He said stay away from hot tubs is what he told me. But I just got this notion that getting in the fucking dirtiest lake in Indiana might be a bad idea. And here's another thing too, is they're saying possible story. Ooh, that's a good looking steak. I gotta quit watching this shit. It is. That's like a tomahawk steak. They're having salmon and steak at 9 a.m. Sherman's in Carmel at Market District. That's where he's at. On our news, there's this segment called Where's Sherman? And he goes to all these little restaurants and displays them and shit. Because of the bacteria. Yeah, and it's supposed to, they say that they say that it could rain and then it don't rain, so who knows? I just want to have fun. I don't want to be stuck at home, and if I'm around here, only thing to do is go to the fucking bar, and I don't want to, that's not 4th of July fun. My parents asked me yesterday if we should have a cookout. I was like, I don't even know if I'm going to be here. I'm still undecided. I feel like my whole summer I haven't been able to do anything. 4th of July is the biggest. You guys remember I went live last year at the 4th of July party and the year before last. It's a big deal. And if there's something that I'm going to go to this summer, it needs to be the 4th of July party. The person, if I can't get in the water or whatever, then I'm not going to go then. Nothing will piss me off worse than sitting there hot, sweaty, watching my friends frolic in the water and I have to sit on the boat and wait for them to come back up. Hell, they get on the rafts and they just raft on. This ain't a good idea. Never mind, I'm not even going to go. Already get myself worked up and I'm not even there. I know, I like 4th of July too. I always have. Oh, my neighbors. So what are you saying? Lake Monroe's a no-go? 4th of July, it's always a huge, huge event. Like the party barge, it's just stacked with boats and everyone ties up. Oh yeah, I don't like to be on the water when it starts storming. That scares me. Look, Lemur, yeah, he said that he has a good view of fireworks. I told him you should go live. He goes, I'm going to. 073, there's been one time I've been caught on a boat in the middle of a storm, and I swear to God, I'll never, ever let that happen again. I mean, I was frightened. Never been in the ocean on a boat when a storm's come, thank God, because that would be even more terrifying. But I have been on the lake on a pontoon, so we can't even go fast. I mean, it was terrible. We could barely see. Rain hitting you in the face, every bump you felt. Oh man, I was like, I will never do that again. If I stay home, I'll go live with Hussey on 4th of July. But I'm really trying to talk myself into going to the lake and just dealing with it and not. I could put my feet in the water, I could dunk my head in the water, I could stay cool. You know, I just don't want to get pissed drunk and be like, oh fuck it, and jump into the dam and then pay for it the next day. You know. Let me talk to Hussey. Let's see if Hussey maybe wants to get together and do a 4th of July live stream, like a longer one, like do a 4th of July party online. That'll be like the only, if he agrees to it or whatever, if I could get someone else, then yeah, I could do that. Because I know there's people that aren't going to be, out watching activities. Plus, it's supposed to rain. I don't know. Changed you a little bit. You've seen things now. Need to clean my house today. Need to work on crosses. I'm supposed to go on a date tonight. You guys, I'm just not trying to date a motherfucker right now. Here's the thing is, yes, I would like to get laid and that would be wonderful, but I don't want to have to do all the in-between stuff to get there. Like, yeah, I like going out to eat for me, especially on a date. And I swear guys probably think like I'm being shy or something. First of all, I can't eat big meals, so I don't want to sit there and watch you eat. And I'm not like wild. I don't think I'm wild about anything right now, to be honest, but I'm not like wild about this guy. So it's like I go, I have to eat, and then we have cocktails. I have to fucking talk in between, get to know you type dumb shit. Just And I'm not trying to date anyone. So I'm not trying to use anyone either or waste anyone's time, but I do have needs. I don't know. Fuck, it's too soon. But why? You think so? This thing is the best thing I've ever done in this chat. Like the best decision I made. You see that, guys? I think it's hilarious. You think it's too soon to start dating? Okay, this is what I was just talking to Doug about this. So Doug's like, yeah, I'm working on myself. And I was like, how are you working on yourself if you're like dating someone? Just a serious question. And he said the same thing to me. He's like, he said, it started out with, he was like, you don't need to date anyone. You need to work on yourself. He was like, I'm working on myself too. I was like, but you're dating someone. And he was like, it's just different. I was like, no, it's not. Don't even try it. He was like, yeah, I guess it's not. He was like, but you don't need to date anyone right now. Thanks, buddy. I'm sure you say that all the time. But I don't want to be honest with you. I'm fucking gross. I had a tube hanging out my stomach. Yeah, he can date someone and work on himself, but I can't. You know where that's coming from. I think you can work on yourself and date someone else at the same time. Who? Susie? Yeah, he is. He definitely is. Or are you talking about Doug? Doug definitely is. Talk to her. 073? No, zero. He's dating someone else. Long story, Susie, but he definitely is. And recouping. No, Doug's got his shit together. He says he's working on himself, but his diabetes are out of control. Um, his sugar's either too high or too low, and he's constantly fighting that, and it's making him really tired. No, Doug doesn't drink at all. Well, every once in a while, but he don't drink. He's straight edge. The worst thing he does is smoke cigarettes, and he's trying to quit that too. Everybody likes Doug. I bet you he hasn't, Kittykins. If I know him like I know him, he's still drinking his pop and probably his Starbucks. I'm wondering why his sugar's so fucked up. The other night, I called him because I need help with Royal. I need to give Royal a bath, and I want to go to Royal King and do that. But I need him to walk him in for me because once Royal can get unruly. And he was telling me then, he's like, I'm trying to eat something to get my sugar up. So he was eating candy or something. I doubt it's diet. I've never seen a man drink a diet anything. But who knows? I don't know. I haven't seen him, or I haven't seen him. I've seen him, but I haven't really hung out since his stroke or whatever. So I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, once he realizes it's tubby time, he doesn't like it. Once he's in the actual tub, and that's the other thing, is picking him up and putting him in there. They have like this what do you call it? Like ramp for them to walk up. His ass ain't walking up that ramp. Uh-uh. Drink a glass of orange juice. Oh, I'll tell him. See, I don't know anything about diabetes at all. My mom has it. He says he's got diabetes. Or I have always heard that if you have diabetes, it is not curable. I've heard like that gestational one, like pregnant women get sometimes, that'll go away because it's just like temporary because of whatever. But he is a type 2. He's insulin dependent, and he's been watching some quack on the internet who says that if you follow his diet and all this, it will cure you of diabetes. I keep telling him that Insulin dependent was shitty. Well, I could tell him everything that I've ever known is it's not curable. Well, he thinks it's going to go away, Susie. So he's watching this dude on the internet, YouTube or whatever. He says it's a doctor. I don't know. It's a quack, obviously. But if you follow it, you'll get cured. So immediately I'm just like, oh, here we go. He has had diabetes for.
Williams and Libby Jordan in Delphi. The inmate Allen's attorneys are asking the court to allow them to speak to is also being housed at the Westville Correctional Facility. Allen's attorneys say they've tried multiple times to speak with the inmate, but have been unsuccessful. And now we're hearing from the podcasters who pushed for the release of documents in the Delphi case. A judge unsealed more than 100 documents Wednesday, and they include new information in the murders of Abby and Libby, and also details on what led to the arrest of Allen.
And Anya King, that is, and Kevin Greenway, hosts of the Murder Sheet podcast, say they're pleased with the information that was released.
This level of openness is great. It still allows for some things to be kept.
These people fucking get on my nerves. That Murder Sheet podcast. Look, this dude looks stoned. Look at him. That's weird.
But this wider community in Carroll County.
Look at him. He looks baked.
The documents also include a search warrant for his home and a letter from an inmate at Westville Correctional Facility. We have these documents posted now on our website, fox59.com.
Well, picture this, a community filled with fantastic.
Nothing new. Anyways, if you didn't know about the Delphi situation. So they released like over 100 different documents that had been sealed. Anyways, that Murder Sheet podcast, there are a couple out here in Indy that got onto the Delphi cases, literally barnacled onto this case and trying to like make as much money as they can. And he's a lawyer, but he got the documents released. So I don't really don't give a fuck, but they get on my nerves. Anyways, they got these documents. They got the documents released, and there was a bunch of shit in there. It was a hard read for me, and I'm not the smartest thing in the world. So I was like, oh God. But what I did gather, so the Ford Focus, he had remember the car that was beside the CPS building? They asked later on, does anyone know this car or whatever? Well, he drove a Ford Focus at the time. They went back. He even gave a description of what he was wearing that day. This was back in the day. Like, they needed fresh eyes on it. He never turned himself in. I see that. People have been asking that. He didn't turn himself in. They went back. The case was going fucking cold is what happened. And then they got some new investigators on it, and they were skimming through things, and they seen this interview with Richard Allen. And he admits to having a black jacket on, a hat on, and blue jeans. And that's so the investigator was like, all right, we're going to start here. And yeah, so they did a search warrant. They got a bunch of like devices out of his house. I can't remember. I think there was a piece of carpet from his car was removed and for DNA or some shit like that. I think it was in the trunk. Maybe it was in the floorboard. Anyways, piece of carpet. But the biggest thing of all, all this does not matter, okay? What matters is he was recorded on a jail fucking phone, which everyone knows that's recorded, admitting to it. He admitted to it 5 different times. And I guess in April, his wife hung up on him, and that was like April 4th. He was going from making 2 phone calls a day and playing on his tablet and whatever to, I guess he broke his tablet after that day. He hasn't had contact with anyone. He won't even talk to his lawyers. He has not called his wife. He hasn't called he's just sitting there trying to plead insanity, eating fucking paper and stuff. He's stupid. Yeah, and that's not going to work because he's already been evaluated by 2 different psychologists, and they both say that he is perfectly fine. Okay, so now that we know you did it, the question is, why did you do it? This guy had a kid the same age around the same age as Abby and Libby. He goes on living like nothing happened, working at CVS and shit. Like, why would you do that? I need to know why. Like, did he plan this out? Was this a spur of the moment thing? Oh, here's another big thing too. everybody wanted to say they got shot. I already knew this because I know the family and shit. But everyone wants to say that because they found the bullet and everything that they were shot. No, they were not shot, and that was in the documents too. They were whatever. I don't know what words we could say on here. They were whatever with a sharp object, which tells me it was a knife or something. Well, I think it's a knife. So he used the gun to get him off the bridge and walk him across the water. And then once he got there, that's when he did the damage. And also there was underwear and a sock missing, kind of like a trinket. You know how serial killers will take like what do you call it? What's the word? Like a momentum or whatever, memory, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. From the scene, a pair of underwear were gone and a sock. Yeah, so that's all I know. Good morning, Biohazard. A treasure, like a memento, like a trophy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think of it. Yeah, is it memento? Like a memento from the. Sounds weird. A souvenir. Thank you. A souvenir. No, that was just too much to say. But yeah. So, and there is also more documents that haven't been released that are probably even more crucial, but we're just going to have to wait till January to find that out because the trial is going to be January of next year, and they're going to be shipping the jury in from, they're not doing it in Carroll County. I can't remember where they're picking the jury from, but it's not Carroll County. It doesn't matter. In Indiana, everyone knows this case. It doesn't, how are they even going to pick a jury? It's my question. Like, everyone knows. I guess you can know about the case, but not. I would love to be jury duty for that. I've only been, I've been summoned for jury duty twice, and both times I didn't get picked, and I really wanted to. I was like, cool, yeah, I hope I get it. No. One when I was like real young too. I think I was like 19 or 20, and one was just a few years back. And you guys remember, I was like, yes, I'm going to be on the jury, and they didn't pick me. Thank you, Calamity. Thank you, Joni. Hashtag Joni, hashtag Calamity. So, anyways, you know what I was thinking? Not that I'm really going to need it here in the future, but I don't like it either. But I'm thinking about, is it Fort Wayne? I don't know where they're going to ship them in from. But it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because everyone in Indiana and everyone in the United States knows this case. Like, this cannot be a fair jury. And everyone pretty much, this was so devastating to Indiana. Like, there's not going to be one person that they can get on that jury that doesn't know the case and doesn't already think he's the most terrible person in the world. Okay. See, we don't do it like that here. You'll get like this little card in the mail, and it'll say you've been something for jury duty, and you call the number, and then they ask you questions, and then they let you know at the end if you need to come in or not. And both times, no, I didn't get picked for it. I'm not even in the US, and I know this famous case. Yeah. I mean, it shook the nation. It shook the world. It definitely shook Indiana. There's not one person where you could go into a restaurant, a gas station, or something and bring up, hey, you hear about the Delphi, and everyone will start talking. Bar, anywhere I go, that's one common thing. It's like talking about a tenderloin out here in India. Everyone will put their raggedy ass 2 cents in on the tenderloin. But everyone has a strong opinion about the Delphi case. Some people believe certain crazy shit that they've heard on the internet. But it'll all come out in the wash in January. If he stays alive, I think he's like trying to unalive himself so that he doesn't have to stand trial. That's why I think he's like trying to lose weight. He's like, and won't eat for like days at a time, eating paper, broke his tablet. Gotta be careful on this one. I think he knows I just want to know why he did it. Like, again, like, what was going through his mind? Was it planned? Has he done this before? I mean, at this point, if he's guilty, like, confess to other things. I say, you didn't just go and take on 2 girls for the first time. And that's just the way I see it. He was confident enough to take them on. And that tells me he's had to have done other things before. Because I wouldn't say your first hit is going to be taking on 2 people at the same time. That's just, you see what I'm saying? It just sounds a little, So I'm thinking about setting up a Rumble. Hussey wants to do Rumble. He says, for many reasons, I'm thinking about it. I know other people have asked if I was going to do it, and I'm like, no, I do actually have a run. I just don't do anything on it. But I'm gonna start a fresh one. Francis Gall here in Fort Wayne will pick the jury. I don't like to be up there. Okay, this is my problem with it. I only like to do, first of all, I'm not into like reporting on crimes and stuff. It's so saturated. Everyone's doing it. So from that standpoint, that like, I don't want to do it. And I'm only passionate about the Delphi case, really. Every other case, like, yeah, I like a good crime story, but I'm not like involved. You know what I mean? And when it comes to the Delphi case, I said this about a year ago. 2 years ago, maybe. I'm not going to dick ride this case. Okay. There are people out there that that just have beat this case to death. Like, look at, I don't want to name any names. We already know, but they will take one little bit of information and make 100 videos out of it. It's like, why didn't you just make one video and be done? And they do it for the money, for all that, for the views, and they're building their channels and stuff. So unless there's like a real update, I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Not once a week, because once a week, nothing's happening. Like, this is the big thing. We won't know anything unless he does something crazy until January. You know what I mean? So if I were to do it, when am I going to update? Once a week. See you, Biohazard. I know a lot of people are into the crime. I love watching Kendall Ray and stuff, but I don't think I'd be good at reporting on crime. Because I probably end up offending the families or something like that, because I have a yuck mouth, you know. Yeah, if something happens, of course, I'll do a video. I do most of those videos on TikTok. I used to do them on YouTube, of course, but I don't talk about it here. Even though Bridget said on my Twitter, she said, you need to be doing these on Twitch. Maybe I should. I cuss a lot and all, you know, Susie, so. Yep. Have you guys ever heard of the Burger Chef? The Burger Chef murders or whatever. It happened in Indiana. It happened in Speedway, Indiana, as a matter of fact. The building's still there. Nothing. It's been a couple of things since, but mainly just stays abandoned. Where is there a spider? Where? I'll kill the motherfucker if I see it. Where? Like spiders. I don't see anything. My God, I told you that butt box always on point. I don't want to smoke a cigarette, but my phone's just like wanting to die.
That stuff is legal. Doing fireworks is legal in your town.
Yep, used to be you'd have to go over to Tennessee and get the big firecrackers, but they came back on those laws. Yeah, we're allowed to shoot off fireworks here. Unfortunately, and it's a disaster because about this time of year it goes, the dogs go crazy. It's just my dog hates fireworks.
Oh, what dog likes fireworks? Shit. No, my cat hates it. Pets don't like that shit. It's scary.
Uh-huh. You want to hear something really sad?
Yeah. Not really, but
Not really, but 2 years ago on 4th of July, some assholes set off fireworks in the parking lot of the animal shelter. How mean is that? They never did catch them because their camera footage was horrible, but they left all the trash and everything and literally set off a bunch of that was so mean. If I don't know why I told you that. It breaks my heart.
animals are so innocent, and I think it's our duty, our job to protect them, because they're so harmless and they can't help themselves. It just breaks my heart when I see animal cruelty. Oh my gosh, I can't watch it. Most of the time I can't watch it.
Yeah, I don't. I like have all that shit blocked. Like I don't even like the rescuing the pet videos and all that by like Dodo and all that. I have those things blocked because it'll ruin. I could be in a great mood and I watch one of those and it ruins my fucking day. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're animal lovers. Did you always have a pet growing up? I did. Dog.
Always.
Yeah.
We always had animals. My stepmom, I grew up with my dad, and my stepmom is an animal hoarder at times. Like my dad has to tell her no animals.
The first dog I had was a Pomeranian growing up. We had several Pomeranians, multiple Pomeranians. And then it went from Pomeranian to Shih Tzu. Then I was old enough to get dogs, and I liked big dogs then. So I had a Great Dane. I had another Great Dane. I had an English Mastiff. Then I had a Pit Bull um, and was it a golden retriever? Not a golden retriever, a Labrador, Black Lab and Pit Bull. Katie, so sweet. It was a Lab and Pit Bull mixed. Oh my, what a mush. You can do anything to that dog.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've always liked big dogs too, but I've always had a German Shepherd, and that's been what my family likes to have. Like he's a mix. He's a husky German Shepherd.
So I was reading about dogs and the 5 smartest dogs. First one is a Border Collie. Second one is a Poodle.
Poodle?
Yes.
No way.
Yes, it is. Border Collie number 1, then a Poodle, Golden Retriever, Doberman Pinscher, and there was one more that I'm missing. Yeah.
I've always heard Shepherds are the smartest dogs. That's why they're police dogs and all that.
Border Collie, and I remember Border Collie, the number 2nd. Was it either the 2nd or the 3rd? Thank you, Calamita Joni. Yay, we got bits in here. Yep.
Thank you, Calamity.
No Dalmatian. Honey, I'm sorry to tell you, but my cousin had a Dalmatian, and training that Dalmatian was the pits. I heard they are not very bright.
Hang on real fast, Cassie. I got to close some apps. My battery's dying.
That dog is not very bright. I mean, we're just like people.
Oh. I didn't know know poodles were, so I've never had a poodle. I like those golden doodles a lot. I didn't realize how much, I think if I get another dog ever, it's going to be a golden doodle.
Once you start mixing the breeds, then they get all expensive and, Oh, hello, Sonny. Hello. Poodles are
Morning,
very smart.
Sonny.
You see, Melissa said that.
Hang on real fast. What'd she say?
Poodles are very smart.
I didn't know that.
Boston Terriers. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you can train an animal. Poodles and poodle mix.
Shepherd didn't on the top box.
Oh, I know. Isn't that a great thing? Because shedding could be a problem. Shih Tzus don't shed much either, but Pomeranians, oh.
I have a little teacup Pomeranian. Did you know that? You know, baby Jet Bops.
No, I didn't know.
I have a teacup Pomeranian. Yeah, he lives with his
Yes.
dad.
Yes. Aren't you going to be taking care of him in a couple of days or something?
I always ask, and then he ends up. He's so like crazy about that dog. Like he doesn't. When he comes home, that's the first thing he wants to see. You know what I mean? So he'll say yeah, but then he will come up with an excuse so that I can't have him. He's been like that always.
Let me tell you, I'm very protective over my cat too. Like, people walk their dogs and you go up and you pet their dogs and stuff. They're like, can I pet your dog? And they're like, yeah. I wouldn't allow anybody to pet her. Nope, because I'm very clean when I pet her. When I get home and stuff like that, or if I'm doing stuff, I always wash my hands before I touch her. So outside, you have dirty hands. I would never allow anybody to touch my dog or cat. No. Thank you. Just call me Susie. Thank you for the bits, boo. You're a cat person? I'm a cat person now, too. You have a Yorkie and she don't shed? I had a friend who had was it a lab? I think it was a lab or a retriever or something like that. And I mean, that dog shed more than any dog I have ever met in my entire life. And every time I'd walk into the house, that dog would jump on me and it was over. I was covered
And hair.
in hair.
I don't even want to hear this conversation. I don't. Damn husky over here. Do you know what that's like?
Right?
Oh, it's horrible. When I had the full-blown Siberian and Royal, that was too much.
You know what? When it's your dog or your cat, you're like, it's okay. You deal with it. It's like, it is what it is. Your Rottweiler would shed with another dog. You have a Rottweiler? Thank you, Miss JD Bug. Thank you for the bits. You got $100.
Who sent that?
Miss Jads Bug. JD
Thank
Bug.
you. I can't see it because I'm running through StreamYards.
Don't worry, I see it.
Thank you, Hussy, for giving them the shout out. Thank you all for donating.
Sweetheart, you don't see it says show love 100? You don't see Miss Jader Bug say show love 100? You should.
It only comes at 4. I only have 4 at a time that come up. Right now, I see the Buttbot, I see Sunny, I see Kim, and I see Kittykins. And
Okay,
now Penny just said something.
Okay, you missed. Could somebody put $1 in the chat or a penny or something? Let me show her because I have StreamYards and I see the money. I don't see the memberships. I want to show you. Could somebody
Hey,
say
Amy.
just anything? I want to teach you so you know. All right, so now it's okay. Calamita Joni, you see it says show love 1?
Yeah, if I catch it like that, I'll see it because it says show love 1.
Yeah, so then you add that up and that's what you got. Thank you, Calamita. Thank you, sweetheart.
She sent me $500. Thank you so much, Calamity.
And the mod 1, cheer 1, there you go. Yeah, you'll see that if you catch it on time, but you're not going to see people become a channel member. You're not going to see people gift channel memberships, but money you can see.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I the thing is it's so small on my phone. I only see 4 comments at a time. So if I'm looking somewhere else and it starts moving, I'll miss it.
Yeah.
I gotta go get a lighter.
All right. Katie never sees your bits. Yeah, StreamYards, you don't see everything. Y'all, did you see my crab cake video? Perfection. Katie. Y'all, it was perfect. I made Maryland crab cakes, honey. Eat y'all's heart out, Katie. It was cooked to perfection. I didn't burn anything. I wouldn't change anything. The recipe was inspired by, you saw it, by Gordon Ramsay and one other chef. Honey. Thank you, Kim. Oh, perfect. It's a treat. Something we make once in a while because it's very expensive.
I want biscuits and gravy. I kind of want to go to the gas station and get it. When I was out earlier, I should have grabbed it, but I was like, no, I'm not that hungry. Now I'm like, why didn't I get it?
Is that something that you have to eat right away? Because if you put it in the fridge and then you got to warm it up, it ain't going to be good.
No, I like to leave mine out at room temperature and eat on it all day long.
Oh, Katie, I wish you can try those. We see you, Baba Ganoush.
Baba Ganoush.
I wish you could try those crab cakes I made.
They looked good.
Ugh.
I retweeted you fucking them up. Someone said, did he put them in the crock pot? I retweeted. I said, everyone watch a hussy fuck up crab cakes and put the link.
No, last time I made it, I fucked it up because I didn't put enough crackers in there. And I deep fried it, and that made me nauseous. This time I added a little bit of butter, much less oil, and
I gotta smoke this cigarette fast. My phone is literally with the battery plugged in, and it's losing battery. Something's up with my phone, man.
Is it an old phone? Because you might have to replace the battery, boo.
It's a Note 20, so it's kind of old.
Sometimes you have to replace the battery. Mm-hmm. I actually had to Google yesterday why my phone gets so fucking hot. And I was scared. I said, why is this brand new phone always getting hot? I don't need it to explode. And it said that that's very normal. Well, I don't like that. Yeah, so
Something's just sucking the life out of my phone. It must be an app or something.
I'm supposed to do a live stream at 10 o'clock, but
What time is it? Oh, well, here. I'll get off and go watch you because I need to charge my phone.
wait, no, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm down to 6%, so it's going to cut us off in like any second, really.
All right,
Something is eating up my battery, and I need to figure out why.
Hold on, don't go nowhere. Let me start it, and we can. Do you mind if I start it, and then we put the link, and y'all can click it and come near?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, hold it. Harder.
You better hurry because my phone is literally dying. It's down to 5. Like something is fucked up, and I need to.
The stream is coming up in 2 seconds. Howard it. TGIF. All right. I'm starting it now. Enter studio. Stop cam. All right. Could somebody put the link to my channel? Oh, Kim already did it. Thank you, Kim.
Okay, everyone go watch Hussy. I got to get off here because my phone's going dead. I'll be over there. As soon as I get a little charge, I'll come over
All
there.
right, Scooby. Okay,
All right.
All right, bye.
Bye.
You guys,